Hello, good morning dear children. Welcome back to the class 8 second language English. How are you all studying? Hope you are studying well and attending your regular classes, right? Yes. Which is the lesson we have been discussing from the last class? Can you guess? Yes, it is Jamaican fragment. Unit number 3, Jamaican fragment, and written by A.L. Hendricks. So, let us discuss the same lesson in this session 2 today. Are you all ready? Yes. Before that, tell me, have you done my homework which I gave in the last class? Hope you have done and showed to your subject teacher also. Yes? Yeah, then let us recall whatever you have learnt in the last class. Ready? Yes, let us see. Here is the question for you. Try to answer it. The narrator says that he is walking to and fro the tram car lines was a good exercise. What does he mean? Can you guess? Yeah, the narrator used to enjoy his walk to and from the tram car lines because the walk was pleasant. The red and green roofed bungalows and green lawns and gardens looked pretty for such a walk. Most importantly, this exercise served him good because now and then. And also he has learnt something from little incidents. While he was walking his place to his destination, he was experienced a lot of incidents. So, let us see what are all that in the today's session. Then, what strange scene did the narrator witness see one morning? One morning, about halfway between his front gate and the tram track, the narrator noticed two little boys. Can you guess who are they? Yes, the black boy and another white boy. What they were doing? They were playing in the garden of the more modest cottages. Hope you remember the word modest, which I told you and gave you the example of train, right? Yeah. So, what they were doing? They were both very little boys. One was 4 years old perhaps, the other 5. The bigger of the two was a black Jamaican and the smaller was white. The little white boy strode imperiously up and down and every now and then shouted imperiously at his bigger playmate, the black Jamaican. The little brown boy shuffled along quietly behind him and did what he was told. This is what we have seen. Here, what did the white boy do? He commanding to the black boy and the black boy used to obey him. This is what narrator has witnessed, is it? Yeah. When we go to the third question, what were the white boys order for the black boy? Can you tell me? Yes, the white boy ordered the black Jamaican to pick up sticks, jump into flowers and get water. Is it so? Yes. Then what thought distressed the narrator the most? Why he was depressed? Yes, here is the answer for you. The thought that distressed the narrator was of the black boy's submission to the white boy. He thought that black boy is the servant of a white boy. White boy ಹೇಳಿದ್ದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ black boy ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. So, still we are slaves, like that he thought, and he wondered if the black boy had already accepted the white man's power and authority over him and his race. Besides or apart from that, he saw that the white boy, even at a young age, was aware of his power over the black. He was sad to see that the blacks like the boy and himself have always been slaves. So, still he feels that we are slaves under the white. So, like that he had a question and he introspected that still we are slaves. So, this is what we have learnt in the first part. So, shall we continue the second part today? Are you all eager to know what is going to be happen in the story? Yes, here is the second part, but listen, before going to that we must learn some new words because it will really help us to read the text. Are you all ready? Yes, let us read the new words. Stride. Have you heard this word? You might not have heard this word, but you use this. How? See, if you are late to school, how do you go? ಇನ್ನೇನು 2 ನಿಮಿಷ 3 ನಿಮಿಷ ಬೆಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಅವಾಗ how do you go? Yes, you go with stride. That is what? ದೊಡ್ಡ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆ ಹಾಕು. See how this fellow is striding. Striding is nothing but going fast with a long steps or to walk with long steps. He hurried down the road with long strides. that is what this tried. Then abjectly, what do you mean by abjectly? Yes, desperately, exact meaning is desperately, but here in the text they used it as obediently. So, in our classrooms or in our school, we are really abjectly to our teachers, right? Students abjectly follow the instruction of the class teacher. Yes, even we do in our classrooms, right? Yeah. Then notion. What is the notion? Notion is nothing but idea. Yeah. When Rahul realized he would not receive many votes, he dropped the notion of entering to the election. He got an idea, so he left the election and he has become very smart. Then outburst. You might have seen this picture in social medias. Dhoni's outburst. Outburst is nothing but a sudden powerful expression of feeling. Whatever we express suddenly, that is what the outburst. Here see, a player was cautioned for his angry outburst against the referee. Then, yeah, tell me this. You might have done this. What is this? It is what in Kannada we say sippe suliyadu, right? In English, it is called as peel. She is peeling the apple. Peeling is nothing but take out the skin. Peel the apple before you eat it. That is good for health too. Then, at once beck and call. It is an idiom. What do you mean by at once beck and call? It is nothing but be ready to do what someone has to do. Here king is saying something to the servants. They were obediently listening to the king. That is what the servants at the palace are at the beck and call of the king, isn't it? You must be once beck and call whenever they ask something for help, right? The next wonderful pic we have, misinterpret. If you can look at the picture, easily you could identify or easily you could tell the meaning of it. Look at the first picture. There he was asking for the help, but what the other person is doing? He is showing the soap. That is what the misinterpreting the situation. Help ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೈ ಒಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬಟ್ ಅವನೇನು ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ? ಸೋಪ್ನ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. That's what he misunderstood. And in the second picture, he is saying it's deep, but that fellow is saying no, it's not deep. That is what misinterpret is nothing but misunderstanding. Yes, I think you are misinterpreting the situation, right? Yes, these are all the new words which is going to come in our text now. So, let us see how are you going to read the text now. Yes, shall we read the text now? Come on, we are going to read a text now. Last class we have studied the part first, now we are going to the second part, 7th paragraph. The next morning the boys were there again and a man was standing at the gate watching them. I stopped and looked just to see what the white boy was making his little servants to do. To my surprise, now the dark boy was commanding, while the little white youngster did everything. The little dark boy was striding imperiously up and down the lawn, while the white youngster walked abjectly behind him. Get me a banana. The little boy ran into the house and reappeared shortly with a banana. Peel it for me. The little white boy peeled the banana and handed it to his dark master. So, like this. I saw it now, it indeed was a game I had played as a child. Each boy took in turn every alternate day to be the boss, the other the slave. It had been a great fun to me as a youngster. I smiled as I remembered. Then next what happened? I looked at the man standing by the gate. He was a white man. I remembered what I had thought yesterday. He, no doubt, I thought to myself, was wondering if the black race is superior to the white. I laughed gently to myself. How silly we grown-ups are to misinterpret a child's action. This man, I said to myself, will be worrying all day. Perhaps he thinks the blacks will in the end rule over the whites. Now I will try to clarify and drive away all the doubts from his mind. Perhaps you are thinking that one day or the other the blacks will rule over the whites. I know you do so, for you just saw how the black commanded the white. But gentlemen, don't have any such wrong notions, for that is only a game. Just yesterday I saw the little white boy commanding the black boy. Only grown-ups are silly, aren't we? Said I. Then what is next? The man was surprised at my outburst. He looked at me smiling. I know all about the game, he said. The boys are brothers, my sons. He pointed to the fair brown woman on the veranda who had just come out to call in the children. That's my wife, he said. Then I smiled. My spirit laughed within me. This is Jamaica. I said to my heart, this is my country, my people. I looked at the white man. He smiled at me. We will miss the train. If we don't, hurry, he said. So, this is what the text we have in part 2. See, once I finish this class, you must read again and again to comprehend the text. Will you do it? Yes, of course. Then, just now we have come to know the new words. Along with that, we have read the text too. Now, let us check our understanding, how much we understood the text. Ready? Yeah. See, in the part first, we have seen the author A.L. Hendricks has misinterpreted the situation, and now he is feeling guilt because his misunderstanding goes wrong. Next evening, the narrator happened to pass by the same way and saw the two boys there. And in the beginning I said you, the narrator used to go for a walk every day. Like that, another day when he was going for a walk, again he has witnessed two boys were playing. The same two boys were playing, but it was a different game. This time the narrator could not believe that he saw. Yesterday what happened? The white boy was commanding to the black boy, and the black boy used to obey whatever the white boy says. That means the black boy was the servant of a white boy. But today what happened? The black boy was giving orders and the white boy obeyed him. It is totally opposite now. The narrator's gloom disappeared. Actually, he was totally disappointed by seeing the last days activities of those children. But today his gloom was disappeared. He is happy now because he felt all right. It was just a game. The students who were playing yesterday, they are playing the same today, but in a different type. So, he thought that it is the game they are playing. There was nothing about the racism. Even we thought it yesterday, right? So, in yesterday's class we have seen that, oh, still racism is there in Jamaica, but it is not the racism. It is just a game. There was a white man standing at the gate watching the children play. Like this narrator, one more fellow, but he is a white man, he too watching the two children. The narrator thought that the white man was a passerby, and also he thought that he must be wondering about a black boy giving orders to white. Narrator thought like this, oh, ಇವರು ಕೂಡ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಇವನು ಕೂಡ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ರೇಸಿಸಮ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ, like that he thought it. But what happened next? He went to the man and explained that the children were playing. The narrator went to that white man and explaining what has all happened yesterday and today. And he said, it is just a mere game and there was nothing regarding racism, and you don't think it is not a racism, it is a game. So, like that he was explaining to the white man. The man smiled and informed that the two boys were his sons. See what the narrator thought? He thought that he is a passerby, but the man smiled and informed him that, see, I am the father of these two kids, those who are playing in the garden, they are my sons. Why? Because he married a black Jamaican woman, their sons were black and white. So, that is what he misunderstood. Then he felt really guilt about the situation. So, that is what here I am going to say, do not judge a book by its cover, right? Yeah, hope you understood the story. I have given you brief summary of the prose. Now, let us check your understanding, how much you understood the story. Ready? Yeah, here I am going to give you some statement. Tell me which are true, which are false. The first one, the bigger boy was black, isn't it? Or the whiter boy? Who was black? Bigger boy or smaller boy? Yeah, the bigger boy was black. The second one, the black boy ordered the white boy to pick up that stick. Is it right? Is it in the story? It is wrong. The black boy was not ordered the white boy to pick up the stick. Instead, the white boy ordered the black boy to pick up the stick. The white boy sat down on the lawn. Is it right? What do you say? Yes, the white boy sat down on the lawn. The two boys were not dressed alike. Is it? No, they were dressed alike. That is what made the narrator confused. The little boys were playing when the narrator passed by in the afternoon, isn't it? Wrong. The little boys were not playing when the narrator passed by the afternoon. Then the next day, a man was playing with the boys, isn't it? No, who was playing? The next day, a man was playing with the boys. It's wrong. The game that two boys played was the same. The game that the two boys played was the same game the author had played during his childhood. Did the narrator played in his childhood the same game? Yes, he was. I know what you are thinking, said the man standing at the gate to the narrator. Yes, no, it is wrong. Then who said? The narrator said to the man, right? Yeah. The father of the two boys was white and mother brown. Of course, it is right. 92% of Jamaica is inhabited by the blacks. Do you know this? Yes, it is the right answer. So, these are the statements to check out your understanding. Now, let us go to the furthermore to understand. Let us know. Here I am going to give you questions, you try to answer them. What sight surprised the narrator the next day? We have seen in the text. The next morning, the narrator saw the two boys playing the same game, but there was a reversal of the roles. Yesterday, the white boy used to give the commands, today the black boy is giving the commands. That is what the roles were changed. The dark boy was behaving like a master and the white boy was doing whatever the dark boy asked him to do. This surprised the narrator. Then what is the second question? What were the two commands given by the black boy to the white boy? Very easy. The black boy ordered the white boy to get him a banana. Yesterday, the white boy asked him to pick up the stick, go up and down like that he has given the command, but today the black boy ordering the white boy to get him a banana, and when the white boy ran into the house and bought him a banana and also he asked him to peel it for him. Then why was the white man surprised at the narrator's outburst? Let us see. The white man is surprised at the narrator's outburst because he is not worried at the idea of a white boy playing the role of a servant in the presence of a black. Both are his children only and he does not input motives to their actions. He knows that it is just a game. That is why he is surprised at the outburst of the narrator about the mistakes the adults make. Fine then. One more question for you. Why do you think the narrator smiled at the end? This is what he misunderstood the situation and now he is feeling guilt and also he had a smile on his face. Why? The narrator who had earlier worried over the possible supremacy of the whites over the Jamaicans is now proud that Jamaica has the spirit of accepting the whites without losing its pride. This relieved him of his anxiety and doubt. Therefore, he smiled in the end. At last, he felt a relief that no slavery is in Jamaica. Slavery is abolished when they got independence itself. So, now he is very happy about the misinterpretation which he had made himself. Yeah. Now, I have something for you. Tell me the first sentence which is displaying on the screen. The first sentence is, I have heard this story. The second is, we have heard this story, and third is, they have heard this story, and the fourth is, he has heard the story, and the last one is, she has heard this story. I have, we have, they have, but difference is he has, she has. We know we have in English language three persons, first person, second person and third person. First person who will come, that is what, I, we. Second person, you, singular and plural both. And in the third person we have he, she, it and third person singular too. Here for third person we use has, whereas in first person and second person we use have. Can you guess which tense it is used here? Can you guess which tense it is used here? Yes, it is nothing but present perfect tense used here. So, now I want to make them it as a past perfect tense. Can you do it? Yeah. See here, in the present perfect tense we have gone with have and has, but whereas in the past perfect tense you must go with had instead of writing have for first person and had for third person too. And here for first person, second person, third person you must use had itself, no changes of anything. I had bought a geometry box, we had bought a geometry box, they had bought a geometry box. He had bought a geometry box and she had bought a geometry box. Here which formula they are used? They are used the subject, then had plus V3 and plus object. So, this formula can be written for past perfect tense. Ready? Let us see the definition of a past perfect tense or when to use this past perfect tense. The past perfect tense, what is past perfect tense? The past perfect tense refers to a time earlier than before now. Did you get what I said now? Yeah? No. See, to make it clear that one event happened before another in the past. Past perfect tense ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಒಂದು ಇವೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಇವೆಂಟ್ ಗಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಆಗಿರೋದು ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ಗೆ we use the past perfect tense. That is what, it does not matter which event is mentioned first. The tense makes it clear which one happened first. So, here when we write the past perfect tense, time is very important. We must know the time to write the past perfect tense, because if you know the time, then easily we can write the past perfect tense or the past simple past tense. So, here I am going to give you some examples to make it clear that when to use simple past tense and past perfect tense. In these examples, event A is the event that happened first. So, whatever all the event I am going to give you in the A section, they are all happened first, and in the event B is the second or the more recent event. Shall we see which are those events? Yeah. See event A, John had gone out. See in the event A, John had gone out. Event B, when I arrived in the office. Here John had gone out has occurred first and event B occurred later. So, that is what event A has come with the past perfect tense. One thing you keep in mind, so whatever the actions occurred first, that should be used in past perfect tense, and to the next event or the next action we can use simple past tense. I had saved my document before the computer crashed. Here which is the event occurred first? That is what? Yadu? I had saved my document before the computer crashed. When they arrived, we had already started cooking. Which is the action occurred first here? That is what? We had already started cooking, then they arrived. Next, event A and event B, what is that? He had slept afternoon, so he did not sleep at night. Which is the action has taken place first? That is what? He had slept afternoon, so he did not sleep at night. Then, yeah, the same thing I am repeating you now. In these examples, event A is the event that happened first, event B is the second or more recent event. Hope you got to know how to write past perfect tense and simple past tense, right. Let us go to the next. We have an idea now to write the past perfect tense. Let us see how do we write. Fill in the blanks with the appropriate forms of the verbs given in brackets. The doctor arrived after the patient dash died. The bracket they have given died. When the guest came to school, the program dash. After he dashed 5 kilometers, he complained of a sore foot. I reached the bus station after the bus dash. When the officials came out of the office, the rain dash. Like this, we have something to be filled over there. So, there we must write past perfect tense. Shall we write it now? Yeah. The doctor arrived after the patient had left. When the guest came to the school, the program had already begun. After he dashed 5 kilometers, he complained of a sore foot. That is what? After he had walked 5 kilometers, he complained of a sore foot. I reached the bus station after the bus had left. When the officials came out of the office, the rain had not stopped yet. Look at the past perfect tense which are in the blue color. What they are? The event which has occurred first, and which are in the question they occurred second. So, that is what the past perfect tense should be used for the event which has been occurred first, and simple past tense to be used for the action occurred second. Yeah. Now, what are all this? You must have seen all this on the traffic signals, right? Have you seen this? Now, I am going to ask you some traffic signs which you know. Ready? Yes. Identify the following traffic signs. Are you all ready? Yeah. The first one. What is the traffic train is displaying on your screen? What is this? That is what? Haven't you seen this? 50, 30, 40, they might have written like this. And also see km for hour, that is what? Speed limit. So, the driver should know the speed limit wherever he goes. Then next one, no parking. How it will be the symbol? Oh, two are there, parking area and no parking area. How it will be the symbol or the sign? Yes, the parking area has the symbol of P. So, wherever the P symbol comes, you can park your vehicle there without any permission. So, wherever you get this symbol P and then there is a mark on them. So, if you get that symbol, you should not park your vehicle. What is the sign shows? The sign shows that bullock carts prohibited. What is the next one then? See, you can see the car and also something I marked upon. What is that? It is in the U shape, right? That is what? U-turn prohibited. So, if you find this sign on the traffic, you must not turn your vehicle in the U shape. Then, yeah, like this you will get in the traffic. What is this then? You might have seen this nearby the hospitals or nearby the schools and colleges. Have you observed this? This symbol, have you observed it? Yes, it is nothing but horn prohibited. So, if whenever you see this symbol, you must not horn your vehicle. Got it? Fine then. Till now, we have discussed many things. We have studied new words, we have read the text, also we come to know the story. Now, we will give you a small assignment. Do at home and show to your subject teacher. Will you do it? Yes. Here is the question for you. How did the two boys behave while playing? Then, what made the narrator think that the black boy could be the son of a servant or classmate of the white boy? What were the 2 points what the narrator wanted to clarify to the white man? And the last question is for you, the two boys, though brothers, differed in their color, what might be the reason? So, answer all these questions without fail, show it to your English teacher. Then we come to 9 children. Thank you so much. See you again in the next class. Hope you are attending your regular classes. Bye bye. I am your Balaji.